Breaking news since 3:30 this morning. The Franklin Fire is burning out of control in Malibu. We can tell you that thousands of people have been forced to leave. Sheriff's deputies had to go door to door trying to make sure everybody got out. It was the middle of the night, a very scary situation. Pepperdine University, the students there, 3,000 of them, had to shelter in place to make sure that they stayed safe as well.
Yeah, the fire has grown in size over the last hour or so. It was 1,800 acres, now 2,200 acres. And sadly, we have learned of structures, homes being lost. We know that at least 2 homes, we've seen at least 2 homes burn. We have witnessed that this morning, and then we've heard of other structures burning as well. So obviously that is a big concern. We've got students at Pepperdine University sheltering. All schools in the Malibu community have been canceled for today, and I believe tomorrow as well.
That's right. Let's go right back to Roland Sproul. He is in News Chopper 4. Roland, as we've been watching some of this video, it may be actually video coming from News Chopper 4. We are now seeing the Chinook helicopters. We're seeing LA County firefighters helicopters in the air, and then also fixed wing aircraft now on scene.
Yep, you are about to see a massive air show take place right now with all the air assets that they've been using overnight, as well as the super scoopers and this Aerospace 146 tanker that just came in. That was the red and white colored tanker. 41 is what we saw. I believe it's from Cal Fire with a 3,000 gallon water or retardant capacity, and hopefully we're going to start seeing some changes taking place here with all these air assets that are going to be in the sky. Now, we tried to look over where Brittany Hope was, the Carbon Canyon area. That's this area right here. And we were looking for some homes that may have been burned in the area. Of course, we don't have quite the perspective that she has from the ground, but we did not see any homes from our point of view that may have been destroyed or damaged. Nonetheless, here you can still see that we have open flame burning out of control here in this area. Some pretty good smoke. Fire burning upslope right now as these eastern slopes now begin to become preheated. And I was getting real excited because Belen was talking some fire science there. She was talking my language. They're talking about how fuels preheat and such, and that is exactly what's happening here as the sun begins to beat on this eastern slope, preheat and cure those fuels, causing the fire to burn more intensely, and we begin to see more aggressive fire behavior, guys.
Roland, with this view that we're seeing right now, I mean, it's really hard to make anything out. There's so much smoke, though it is going pretty much vertically right now at your location. Can you talk to us? I mean, what a relief it is to have those the fixed-wing aircraft at that location, and how do they pick out which targets that they're going to douse with the retardant?
Yeah, well, a lot of it has to do with the ground crews that are down below. When they see a significant portion of fire or fire making a run for a particular area up a slope, heavy vegetation, you have ground crews down there in the various divisions, operational divisions, that are calling out for water drops, whether it be for helicopters or the fixed-wing aircraft to come into the area. And I'll tell you, as I said before, it is a pleasure now to see the fixed-wing come into the picture here and not have winds that are so intense that they are able to make an appearance here on this fire and be able to hopefully get a foothold on this thing. And with hopefully some of those tankers have retardant, and they'll be able to start painting these ridges with retardant and starting to box this fire in so that it can prevent it from any lateral spread.
Roland, can you talk to us about what we're seeing? We're just seeing this massive plume of smoke that just seems to be staying really still. Help us understand what this signifies in terms of what this fire is doing right now and what the weather is doing.
Right, exactly. And as I just talked about the fire behavior and more intense conditions, aggressive fire behavior in the eastern slopes, that is what we are looking at right now. This is the eastern slope, meaning the sun rises from the east. It begins to beat down on those hillsides and those slopes, and it starts to cure all that vegetation and dry out an already dried out vegetation, really, and preheat other vegetation. and you're seeing more aggressive fire behavior on these eastern slopes as the sun rises and begins to be beat down more intensely on these slopes, and that is generating a heck of a lot of smoke, putting it up into the air. Not a lot of wind on it like we saw a little bit earlier, although we do have winds down there. I'm not going to say there's not any winds, because you can see it is, as I widen out the shot here, it is still blowing to the southwest and blowing over to the Pacific Ocean.
And Roland, how crucial will the next few hours be? You know, we were hoping and waiting for the fixed-wing aircraft to make that appearance, and obviously we just showed that to you live on air just a few moments ago, and you've been hearing about that throughout the morning as well. But we never know, because of the unpredictability and the fickle nature of these winds, when this could really start gusting up again. We've seen gusts in the 30 to 50 mile per hour range there. You're seeing anything really above 25 miles per hour kind of hinder those efforts. So, I mean, this is the time to really be aggressive, right?
Absolutely, and they more than likely had a 6 o'clock or a 7 o'clock operations briefing where the fresh crews come in. They are briefed as to the activities that took place overnight and what the successes and failures may have been overnight, and then those crews are very quickly deployed out. They grab their lunches and so forth for the day, and they're going to be out on the fire line all day long, and they deploy in strike teams in various divisions out to the fire. And the significance of that is that not only do you have fresh crews now that are out there, well-rested, well-fed, that are attacking the fire, but also if they're able to put some air assets on these eastern slopes and really knock down the eastern slopes before the sun begins to shift to the south-facing slopes and the western slopes, they'll really be able to knock some of the heart out of this fire.
Just from the human perspective here, Roland, you know, our firefighters are such great heroes, and they're doing a wonderful job on this, but you're saying their fresh crews come in. Talk to us about, as a former firefighter, talk to us about the firefighters have been working all night. What do they do now that they're off their shift? Because they don't really get too good of a break, I imagine.
No, they don't. In fact, you do have crews that have been working all night out here, but you have, having worked for LA County Fire Department, I know they probably recalled a significant portion of their workforce to come in and to staff up reserve engines and so forth, and those are the fresh crews that will be coming up, responding to the fire, and hopefully replacing some of those crews that were here from the onset of the fire, giving them a chance to rest for a couple of hours, and then they will more than likely be redeployed back out here. The shift schedules for LA County Fire Department work a little bit differently than the Forest Service or CAL FIRE, where LA County Fire Department really works pretty much around the clock as far as rest cycles go. They try and rotate people in and out where they can, but when there's structures that need to be saved and lives that need to be saved, LA County Fire Department and a lot of the allied agencies do their level best to stay out here and protect these homes and protect the lives.
Yeah, we are grateful for that. Thank you for that, Roland. We'll be checking back in with you in just a few minutes. We do want to remind people that we will continue our breaking news coverage here on air, online. We aren't going anywhere. In fact, in about 22 minutes, there will be a news conference from the city to give us some of the latest information. The statistics that we have for you right now, the very latest, 2,200 acres have burned, 0% contained. This Franklin fire started just before 11 o'clock last night, but we can tell you that there have been thousands of people who have been evacuated. And in terms of this news conference in about 20 minutes, we do know that Malibu Canyon Road has been, the location there is Malibu Canyon Road in Station Boundary. And we know that there will be a lot of people there from the city, from the fire department. The fire chief will be there, as well as Supervisor Lindsay Horvath. We've told you this before, but just to let you know who will be there to give us the latest, Sheriff Robert Luna will be there as well. So